I'll explain things here in a second. It's gonna be one of those days, apparently. Shut up, Windows. I don't want to hear it from you at this point, you stupid computer. You're the one who broke things. Or, I should say, at the very least, in theory, we're back now. Even I can't tell right now. I don't know what's happening. I do know to a certain degree what happened, but I don't know what's happening. But either way, we should, in theory, be back. Two separate, very aggravating things out of this situation. One, I'm going to have to either splice that section of the VOD back together again, or B, not do that and just upload it separately to YouTube. The other annoying thing is, as you can see by the new game button there, we lost that run entirely. Even though it was going really well, the game has decided it doesn't exist anymore because the game crashed. Or, more accurately, the entire computer kind of died. As to why, I have no idea. I'm not entirely sure what transpired there. I do know it's very annoying. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one more run of this, and one of two things will happen. A, it's going to crash again, or B, it won't crash, and after the run's over, we will either end or move on to one of the backups I have. That's basically what's gonna play out here today. I don't know why the entire computer went down, but there's nothing really I'm gonna be able to do about that in the moment right now. So we're just gonna roll with it. As far as I can tell, it wasn't an overheat or anything of that nature, because it was very similar to the crash we had in how many 7 day sessions ago was that now? I think it was like 2 or 3 sessions ago now that we had that total freeze up where everything steadily broke down. That's basically what happened here today too. Is everything visually froze and then refused to let me regain control. Volume looks a little out of whack, so let me just quickly touch that. Down just a hair. There we go. Yeah, sorry for that interruption, everybody. We are in theory back to business now. Keyword in theory. Where the hell am I even looking? I'm down here. Okay. Everything's all kinds of jacked up now. Oh, Windows. Yeah, we'll just make the best of it, and it'll be what it'll be. On the bright side, more than likely we'll do better this time than we did last time. I'm just sad that we lost that bolt-action rifle. It seemed like it was gonna be really cool. That's not where I clicked, and you know it, game. Fine. Shimmy the extra step forward and just kick him again. Take out my frustration on the enemy mech. nice and smooth, completely clean win there. I don't really want any of these. I guess I'll take Blood and Fire. Okay, it looks like since everything's already on fire, sure, we'll go for a fire gimmick here and just do that. This will actually be useful, so we'll grab that. Start raising our battery power up if I'm gonna start playing around with spending all of our battery. So annoyed right now. Oh, and immediately there's a shop that we can't do anything with. Thanks, game. Ooh, that's a new animation. This is kind of a rough set to be fighting. Okay. Well, we'll make the best of it. Just dump the battery. Let's go. Just give me all of the power. Literally did that just to make any kind of ground. Because with the mission being don't lose any population, kind of don't have a choice but to make some silly moves here. I mean, technically we have the choice of just failing that mission, but I'd rather not do that. We can't really use Fire Blast very effectively, but it's better than nothing. So we'll at least drain his shields. I can't charge in and stab him because he's flying. So we'll just step here. I don't want to be standing right next to them with where they're going to be stopping. Because all that'll do is get us slammed to hell and back. Yeah, only one of them is attacking because of that. Yeah, theoretically everything is back in business now. Hopefully. They are doing some real strange moves there. Okay, takes away all of his shield and makes him weak. I can't make a play to make the rockets work on our target in front of us, but I should start chipping down the flyer a bit. Thank you. I'm hoping we won't have to reset again, but I have no idea. There we go, burn him out. Because honestly, most of the time, I forget Apple Arcade exists. Like, that sure is a concept, but I didn't even consider the fact that it's still a thing that exists at this point. Like I already explained that, but I don't know if that got lost in the crash or not, or if you just didn't hear me. But it's exactly what you see on the screen. There's really not much for me to add explanation-wise. It's just a turn-based card game. There's really nothing crazy to explain there. Sure, let's play with Uppercut. Uppercut will be fun. Like, you know, you've seen the entire gameplay loop at this point, so I don't really know why there'd be anything to explain. Yeah, Sunder seems like it'll be useful. Go ahead and take that. Well, there's nothing I can do about it continuing to freeze. The one crash I can do something about because it was straight up everything crashed. It freezing on your side, there's nothing to be done, because I even lowered the bitrate this morning to see if it would help anything. The hell did I just... Hang on, I just heard something in the other room where there shouldn't be anything considering the house is empty. So one sec. It's gonna be one of those fucking days. There's road work happening out there is what I was hearing. Just cannot fucking win today. Everything is conspiring to be annoying. Which, I don't think that has anything to do with the crash, considering that was a full system failure. If it was just the stream dropped, I would have blamed them because maybe they hit a wire. But it was a full system failure, so it's not their fault. Let's see how this elite goes. Four enemies. Yikes. This could be bad. That's also me overcommitting at a really bad time. Because they're all out of position for me to hit them even if I commit harder. So let's actually counterbalance that idea a little bit and just step back. Interesting move, slamming into one of your own units there to move them forward. Okay. Can't say I haven't done a move like that myself before. This is range 1-2. I should have stayed where I was, but I didn't want to get ganged up on too hard. Anyways, I drew nothing but 1-2s. I mean, it really depends on what you're going for. In a situation like they've got here, I don't know if it's actually a good idea at all. Yep, there went a good chunk of the city, but nothing can be done. And now I've drawn the weekend of everything. What do you mean? You're asking a question that doesn't make sense. I'm not really sure how to answer that wide a question. This one right here, the one that the middle of the screen is focusing on all the time, the one doing the things that I'm telling them to do. Welcome inside, Man Blind, and I'm enjoying the game. I'm just we had a bit of a system crash a little bit ago, which hampered things pretty badly. We had a very good run ongoing during that, but unfortunately when everything crashed, the run was lost. So it's rather inconvenient, all things considered, but hopefully you're doing well today. It could use a bit more, of course, but it is day one of early access release, so more will happen. It's a little iffy on that one, honestly. If you enjoy the core gameplay loop, it'll probably be worth the 13, give or take, that it's asking for. Just understand that when they say there is only 3 acts and only so many encounters in the game, that is accurate. I forget exactly how many encounters were listed, but so far I have already encountered a couple repeats, and having played for about an hour and a half, counting the pre-crash timeline, so bear that in mind. And at least the first act so far has been fairly easy. I don't know if I'd go that far, because 3 acts of, I think there was 7 or 8 encounters along the way through the first act, and I did not get to see the second one because of the crash that much. So the average run probably would last just past a couple hours, considering it took me an hour to do Act 1. But it really depends on what you would consider demo length as well, because that's one that'll vary depending on who you ask as well. He's out of my range. I meant to cancel that, but well, here we are. And I wasn't paying attention, and we're about to lose to battery because I made a mistake. That's the unfortunate thing, is if we run out of battery, we just lose. And the only battery charger is over there. So I only have one real play I can make. Yeah, exactly. It's got a ways to go, and it's been very enjoyable so far. I'm just out of sorts because of that crash and everything, so I made a very stupid mistake here that I may still be able to recover from. No, I won't, because we only had 2 batteries, so we did not get full energy. So we are SOL. This fight is over. We have lost. Because I only have 1 turbo boost, and I would have needed to be able to move over here to be able to boost over. So I'm pretty sure we are just dead here. Though I've not actually run out of power, so let's find out what happens. There is a roadmap also on the main menu that when this run ends, because I can't do anything, we will take a look at, so you get an idea what the intended plan is. Because I haven't looked at that yet, and I really should. Yeah, 2 turns and it'll shut down. And unfortunately, I have no moves that give me back battery, because we didn't get any. And I just, like I said, was too distracted this time, so I just did not account for my battery at all, because I was using too many of these cards that drain battery power. This was 100% my own fault. There we go. Oh, I lost my level progress too. Ew. Is the run I had canceled out of before starting stream today got lost when the computer crashed too. That's kind of bad. Because the game had been closed and reopened since then, so that file must have just been corrupted by the crash. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the roadmap. I appear to not be able to back out of this screen. Great. Hang on. There's a few not so well thought out things along the way in here. A lot of it being in the menu designs. Just back me up for a second. Yeah, coming up here as soon as possible. The third playable mech, a draft mode, 1 new boss, 10 plus more cards, more effects. Before the year's over, which is within the next few months, more pilots, a whole new act, so that'll be up to 4 acts, controller support, more modes, more bosses, the research lab, which I kept showing wasn't available yet. Next year it gets its proper story mode and hardcore mode. Okay, so that's not too bad a roadmap, I'd say. That's moving along pretty well, as long as they can actually fulfill those times. That should be in pretty good shape in the next little bit here. Interesting. Well, that's an interesting bug. Yeah, pretty much. And I'm just gonna restart this, no problem. Turns out if you save and quit out of the first mission, it just skips that mission entirely, so that's a thing. But yeah, this Titan Fist over here is available, but you have to level up a bit to get it. And this one, I think, is the one that they're planning on releasing. Though this might actually be in and just not shown in the current level progression. I don't know. Yeah, especially since it's day one, I'm more than happy to show people anything they ask for within reason. So they get an idea whether they want the game or not. Because I could recommend it all up and down, but who am I for anyone to believe, you know? So this is definitely tradition for me to have managed to find a way to break something immediately. Just rush on over. I hope that they mean more of these picture-in-picture moments when they say more combat graphics, because those really are one of the biggest selling points this game has to me. I don't know why we got turned around when we got hit there. Like, there's just a handful of like little oddities here and there that they could do with cleaning up as well, but for the most part, 100% solid, just may need a bit more time. Alright, ABC. You go have fun then.
Meep, meep.
There is no chance to hit in this game. Every attack you declare lands. Same goes for the enemy though. Every attack that's declared will hit. I definitely want evacuation orders because we get paid based on people getting evacuated. Power absorption will save me from myself. We can get 10 health back or get reset orders. It's been pretty fair for the most part so far. If anything, I would actually say, aside from the missions where you have 4 enemies, it's generally balanced in the player's favor. As long as you don't just charge in like a fool with no equipment, you're pretty well off most of the time. Just don't try to like 3v1 massively unprepared, or you're probably not gonna have a good time. Yeah, resort orders will be useful. Because, like, you can prepare pretty well by getting any of these cards that show up in the shop here and doing all these upgrades on the sides. Which, right now, we don't actually need to do any of those, so we're gonna skip out on that. Oh, there's also a shop immediately. That's one thing that confuses me with this game, and it's the fact that they can spawn a shop right at the beginning, which feels wrong, but it's not a major issue. I think that's actually the yeah, these are both equipment items, which those probably should be marked a little clearer, because just the dark gray for equipment's not super clear. That is every other turn still, so I'm gonna take the fusion core, even though I won't be able to afford anything else. Because how that works is you actually have these 5 equipment slots on your machine as well, so I can give up 1 max hit point for extra energy every turn. Yeah, exactly. Things like that can easily just be adjusted, like, okay, we'll just make that banner a different color, and now it's completely clear what that is. Yeah, I'll risk the elite, why not? We've already had a failure today. Technically, I've had multiple failures, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, the benefit to the weapons, for example, is since we have a beam knife, we get a beam knife card every turn. Since we have a heavy rifle in our other hand, we're guaranteed a heavy rifle card every other turn. It's really that equipment system that really got my attention. It just doesn't seem like, at least in Act 1, that the equipment system gets used that much. But it may be that just in the couple runs I've done, I just haven't had the right spawns for the equipment system to do much either. It's hard to say for sure. But the wonderful thing about this evacuation orders is, watch this meter up here where it says how many people have been saved. Because it evacuates 50% of all buildings, we guaranteed get half of the value of this stage now, in terms of getting our end of mission payment, since that's based on your evacuation. Honestly, I think that card could do with being nerfed a little bit, because it's not even a banish on use card. You get to use it once per mission, but you get to use it in every mission, unless your deck gets so big that you can't and pull it again. It's a little ridiculous. So it pretty much guarantees you economy. Which I'm not inherently opposed to, don't get me wrong, since it's in my favor. But it just seems a little silly. Yeah, it just costs 1 energy, which the energy in this game isn't as big a holdback as it initially may sound. Because you can get things like those fusion cores and a couple other things to get you guaranteed energy per turn. And there's also, if you get enough money, the ability to just buy more energy a turn. So turn economy can end up being very favorable pretty easily. Oh, that's my other complaint. I couldn't see this because they do weird transparency with some of the objects depending on what's around them. Like, I think because we were in contact with it, it did the transparency, and I just didn't notice that this object was here, which blocked my charge. But it allowed me to charge anyway because all it did was push the block. But it ends up being a waste of your turn. Like, it's just little things like that are the problem. Everything else about this is fine. But that was supposed to be a turn where that Gamaliel died. But instead, because the block was in the way, I couldn't finish that job. Now, the counterpoint, though, on the evacuation orders thing is every turn, one full row of these houses evacuates automatically anyway. So really, all you're doing is expediting that and reducing the odds of you losing people in exchange for one of your moves. So it's not the most ridiculous advantage you could have, but it is an advantage. Okay. Problem is, we now can't move this way because his explosion pushed that set of buildings into my way. Which means I now need to get around or through him or push this building in order to be able to get power. So, cowabunga it is. Because we're not in need of power yet, but it's a good idea to get into that spot now rather than later. And since we've been getting hit a lot, we end up with this junk card, but we can just get rid of that. Now, since we have this building in our way, though, one of the fun things you can do is just kick buildings into them. Doesn't do a lot because we didn't actually destroy the building by hitting them with it, but it at least is a thing that you can do. Which, that is something I have to admit, is it does feel a little underwhelming some of the time, how the building mechanic works. They could have done a bit more with that, and again, that's A, something that'll probably get better with time, and B, certain cards may interact with it more heavily than just pushing. Oh, you can definitely destroy them. Just the moves I was using did not destroy them. Every building has its own health bar of, I think, 10 health? When I had a setup with a lot of AoE missiles, I was definitely destroying buildings left and right. Just pushing them doesn't do damage. So, it's not as big an issue as it otherwise could have been. Right, he had shield. That's fine. Get him out of there. This way I'm pushed out of his attack. Generate some more shields and just wait. Okay, he changed his attack angle, so he still reached us, but we had plenty of shield for it, so it's fine. Thank you for pushing me back onto the energy decharging location. And at this point, building destruction no longer matters. Everyone that is alive has been evacuated, so fair game on all buildings now. Which, that's the fun part of it, is the fact that there is a phase of a fight where it's free game to wreck things. You just kind of have to bide your time if you really want to go destructive. Unless you want to lose your money. Turbo boost over here. Turbo boost over here, except this stupid block is still here. Get out of my way. It's kind of funny how I'm hunting him down now instead of the other way around, but he's trying to find more buildings to destroy. Get back here, coward. I'm not done with you yet. Like, and I get that they try to do those zooms to be kind of cinematic, but half the time it just doesn't work because they do it at the wrong timing. So it just looks a little weird. Is if a player's clicking quickly, it just ends up being, oh hey, the action already ended, now you just zoom in and then back out again immediately for nothing. Just ever so slightly strange. And there we go. mission accomplished. And you always get these little side missions up here that you can do to get an extra card as well. So since we ended that mission pretty quick, we should get a double card. I don't really want any of these. And I could skip it, but I'll grab the punch in case it comes in handy at some point. There's another one of your evacuation methods as well, as you could do like an AoE move the humans from this place. But I don't care about that. I'll take pyrotechnics. And yeah, this is the research lab that's going to be coming in. Not this... I don't remember if it was this coming update or the update after it, but there's going to be a whole meta progression, it looked like, based on the fact that it said permanent upgrades. Go ahead and remove one of the kicks and keep the punch, because the punch does more damage. And I'm not usually relying on pushback. Take the EMP rockets and that. Okay. Just gotta remember to put the cards you buy on that screen in, because they don't auto go into the deck from that screen. Got two opponents. Where's our power source around here? Because every area seems to have a power source. Okay, it's right there. Usually there's two, but it looks like I'm just getting either only one or one's in a real stupid spot somewhere. But it's only the two of them, so I can probably get away with bullying them a bit. First we battery pack so we have the energy. Then we evac orders. I could have EMP rocketed, but I'd rather get them out of there quickly and start getting some shield. Make sure I don't get just immediately bodied. Because that is something to keep in mind, is if you fight these things straight up, you probably will take a lot of damage. Because our mech is not super durable. Unless you use a lot of shields. Shields seem to be the main way to remain somewhat durable in these fights. And there's also a bit of enemy intent manipulation you can do, because they seem to change intent when they get hit. That one's dead. We still have 35 power left, so I don't need to rush out of here. But standing next to him is not exactly my finest idea either, so we'll just dash over, set him on fire, and there we go. Which, the auto turn ending is a little janky at times, I've noticed. Every now and then, it'll end your turn even though there's still a move you could have made. And I don't entirely know what makes it determine whether your turn ends or not in that situation. Just another one of those things that probably needs a little bit of cleanup. This fight should end pretty smooth. We took some damage, but we can heal that with the money we're about to make. There we go, job done. 100% civilian survival rate. I could get a second evacuation orders and then just be able to evacuate the entire city if I get both of them. Assuming that it doesn't just do 50% and then 50% of that 50%. Nah, we'll take defensive tactics. Grab blood and fire. see, we got 1,000. Oh, hey, there's the evacuation orders again. You ever get the feeling the game's making fun of you at certain points? Because boy, is it feeling like that right now. Let's go ahead and heal a little bit. Purchase the repair bots that'll let me heal every chance I get, and grab over shields. I really want Gravitas, but I want to save some money because there's another shop at the end there. Evacuate the people. Said evacuate the people. This is another 4 enemy fight though, which is a bit spicier than I was hoping for, but we can make it work probably. They're all the way over there, huh? Okay. He's gonna charge and immediately start destroying those buildings. We are definitely going to take civilian casualties here. There's nothing we can do about that because they are too far away. So instead, we'll just do what will keep us alive and start setting up. Actually, there is another power generator closer to where they're hanging out. Interesting. He just did a bunch of self-damage to push through those buildings and didn't even cause that many casualties in the process. But he did cost us our submission immediately. Like, that was straight up, there was no way we were stopping that from happening with our card set. So that kind of sucks. Which, admittedly, the current card set we have is not great. Especially the side of it that we just drew here. It's kind of hot garbage, if I'm honest. So we'll just shimmy our way over here so we're in position to come around and go after that guy. Because we had no good movement to get over to the other power generator. So we may as well just try to draw them to me and hope that enough people evacuate sometime soon that it doesn't end in tears. Like, as it stands, we're already making a decent amount on this mission. We're gonna get 400 guaranteed. And I am gonna go for it a little bit here, because we can get away with discharging some power and then we can back up to the power generator. I'm honestly tempted to destroy the building that I'm standing next to right now just so I have room to get to the power generator directly. I don't really have a need to do that, it's just a temptation. No, there's no point in doing that because last time we did that it auto-ended my turn even though I might have drawn a 0 cost out of that. This way we can get rid of the guy that's doing the only real activity here. And then switch targets. Oh, that's actually really convenient. Missiles away! So there we go. They're all extra vulnerable right now, and we got rid of one of them. So we're in a pretty good spot here. Our shields are gone, which is not great. But we should be okay, because slice him, he's gone. We get pushed back. Now we repair shield up. Watch the game lag a little bit and end up doing a move I didn't tell it to do. Which, that's the weird thing. Is this should be, like, taking no power, running completely fast and smooth and fine, but it runs weirdly slow. Like, that's the strange thing with this. And, like, it's not maxed out anything, so it's not like the computer can't handle it, which there's no world in which it shouldn't be able to handle this anyway. And it's... Well, that's the thing, is if it's... It must be not actually utilizing as much as anything else. Oh yeah, no, there's no shortage of games that have that very same problem. But this is one of those cases where the power of a machine should be able to brute force past unoptimization. What this is doing is it's just not even using the resources in front of it at all. Which is just strange to me. Like, it's definitely a well-known, well-documented situation. Just always so bizarre when it happens, though. Because from a logical perspective, it just doesn't make any sense. Just set him on fire. Because ordinarily I'd also blame the slowdown on me streaming it, but it was doing this when I did the pre-stream test too, so I know for a fact it isn't that. It's just very weird. Game? The enemies are all dead. I would like to go now. There it goes. It took it a second to realize it's also slowing down harder, which is kind of spooky. Is there a memory leak? That's actually a legitimate concern. Might give the game a quick reboot here in a second just to make sure that it doesn't cause a potential crash again. Because again, none of my resources are taxed. I'm looking at my readout right now. Nothing's above 50%. But the way it started slowing to a crawl there has me concerned. Something weird might be at play there. And I don't like that. I don't like it when things don't make sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save and quit. Because this is something else I want to test with this game anyway. Because I've now closed the game. I'm gonna reopen it. Is the save still gonna be there? Does it retain saves when you close the game? If it doesn't, we'll just be moving on to the next one. Okay, it retained the save. It did not remember audio settings till after it finished loading, but that's pretty normal. Interestingly enough, though, it reset to before I spent things, even though I saved after spending, which that's not abnormal. I think the shop's different, isn't it? I think... I don't remember momentum being there. So that might be a thing right there, is being able to reset your shops by just saving and loading. Not that I would recommend doing that, but, you know, options exist. Because didn't we buy... I feel like we bought a few things in the previous reality and now they're gone. Oh well. Everything is fine. Let's grab a bit of battery. It wouldn't surprise me Because it easily could happen. Oh, I overspent a little bit, though. Thankfully, you can undo upgrades, so I'm just gonna back those upgrades up. We'll grab the equipment, and then we'll go to the shop. Ooh, swarm missiles. It is free damage, but bolt-action rifle. We'll go ahead and replace our heavy rifle with the bolt-action. What's in the shop? This is another thing. Notice how I'm hovering over this card. Most games of this type would then show you what Mind Infection is, so you know what you're getting into by buying this. This game doesn't have those tooltips yet. Definitely needs to have those tooltips at some point. Buy the fusion core. I mean, it does give us 3 energy. I'll risk it, why not? Okay. Go ahead and give up another point of max hit points so we have as much energy as we can get. And we'll heal 1 hit point. Now it's boss time again. Which seed are we getting this time? Cherubial, class 5, type 0 light, Leviathan. Okay. At least we got a different boss this time. And slide on forward. I'm hard committing, which might be a terrible idea, but we have a decent amount of energy, so I'm hoping we can make that work. Oh, you teleport, huh? That move made no sense. He teleported back and then slid forward and is now going to push buildings. Okay. That sure is a move you're making. Got a bunch more energy. In with the EMP rockets. When I first got the EMP rockets, it said hits all targets and it showed up a bunch of skulls on all of the buildings, so I really thought it was just gonna like carpet bomb the map and blow up all the buildings too. I was both pleased and disappointed when it didn't do that. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, that would have been really funny. Okay, there's the evacuation order, so let's get the majority of the people out of here. Yeah, it looks like it's the 50% of the remainder when it's used, because we had a few people out already, and then it took 50% of that value that was left. We're gonna have a decent whack of health to push through, though. Oh! I see. This one splits into 2 enemies. Interesting. It probably will split into 3 since that's the right arm, and there's still the left arm attached to it. Let's kill the arm while it's out and free in the air. If we can. It did block us from being able to get to the energy generator for a second, though, which might be a problem. I really don't understand the pathing on that teleport move it keeps doing. It just kind of loops itself around and then just kind of dithers around. Okay, so he's down an arm. And we have a free path back to the recharge. Cycle my hand. There's our bolt action rifle. Which I was supposed to get that from our rifle of return, but it seems like that one works a little differently. Thankfully, we can also just energy vampire our way to victory here. So he did a lot of damage with that attack, considering we had a good whack of shields going and he ripped right through all of it. Yeah, that attack's gonna do 15. That's gonna sting. And there it goes, splitting again. We still haven't encountered that mind infection, so I'm just gonna do that again. That's fine. Let's bail out for a second, though. This way we can get some energy charged back up, since it seems like this is going to take a little bit to get down here. Thank you for pushing me further into the energy generator field. Oh, there's the mind infection. Receive 3 damage, scrap this card. Okay. I'm assuming if I destroy the main body, we just win, but I'm destroying the arm first because I want to see if something happens. So it's looking like they're not going to give me the option of doing that, so... that's just how this is going to be then. Perish. Okay, it looks like the fight does continue, even if it's just the arm. The arm has a mind of its own. I was curious, since this would basically be a minion, did this have the classic minions auto leave when the main body's gone? I could punch this building out of annoyance, but it really wouldn't change anything. Nom. And there we go. Act 1 completed. One short of an even 3,000 people. Berserk Gravitas. Deal double the damage of normal Gravitas. Us in an area. Not bad, not bad. Berserk mode. Gain extra energy and draw special Berserk cards. Ooh, that could be really fun. Just go nuts and see what happens. Take the artillery because we didn't get to use that last time. I could grab the armor-piercing rifle to replace the knife. Give us more ways to make the enemies get weak. More battery would be nice, but the problem with that idea is we just don't have the room for it, because I want to keep my shield generation space, and... well, then again, we do only have one power generator on, don't we? Not sure. I'm gonna grab the rifle. Act 2, once again, Nova Lisbon. Let's see if my computer dies again in Nova Lisbon. If it happens twice, then we know there's an issue because of the game. Let's give that a shot. Wait. Oh, wait. Do I not get both values? Because you'll notice it's showing us 4 out of 3. We'll wait till we load in. If we load in and I only have 4 out of 3 still, that means those don't stack and I've been wasting a slot the entire time. I really haven't been paying that much attention, so it could genuinely go either way. Steal their shields. We should be okay to just hold with what we have. Especially with just one regular and then an equipment. Here we go with these guys again. No, it's just this fight again. Okay. So I think this is the same fight that the... oh no, there was an extra enemy and then the game crashed and took the whole computer with it. And yeah, we did have 5 energy, so no, it is stacking. It just doesn't always update on the UI up there appropriately. I mean, you already got rid of the buildings around you, so... Oh, no, it still would hit that building. Do I care? Nah. Whee! Oh, that's kind of a neat animation there. Watching him just get pelted with shells. We may as well shield up. It doesn't matter what order I play these in, because we weren't going to reach max shields anyway. This way we're covered. EMP out. Rifle fire, set him on fire. Hey diddle diddle, a bomb in his middle. Ow. Well, I'm glad I put all those shields on just for you to take them away. You know what? Let's get real, shall we? Ooh, we turned red and everything, too. Deal 3 damage to enemy and gain 3 HP. Ooh. Now let's get everybody evacuated while I'm going apeshit, because that seems like a good idea. No enemies have any shields, so this hand kind of sucks. But hi, I'ma bite you now. Nom. Doesn't seem like you get that many actual Berserk cards though, because most of these are still the cards we already had. So that's a little disappointing. And now he has shields, now that I spent the card that we would have actually been able to take advantage of that with. I can't help but notice we didn't actually move, even though I was supposed to have moved there. Nyum. Going to the power generator just to make sure I don't make a stupid mistake here, getting greedy. I wonder if there's like a thing where like Berserk mode makes us resist moving away from the enemy sometimes or something. That would actually be really interesting. Go ahead and increase our energy further, redraw our hand. Oh, I think I don't have an angle. I think they're stacked on top of each other right now, actually. Yeah, they are. Neat trick you had there. Shame it didn't work out for you. Is the rifles and such don't do diagonals very well, in case people are confused why I was out of range sometimes. No need, there's a full animation and everything for reloading too. I feel like that's not how you would reload a bolt action weapon, but you know, that's fine. Nom. Crunchitize him, Captain. Bonk. Okay, so Berserk really isn't as exciting as I'd hoped it was gonna be. I exercised my God-given right to go nuts, and it really wasn't as nuts as I had hoped. Give me another power absorption so I stop having to be attached to those chargers all the time. I do want uppercut again, because uppercut's fun. More shield overflow. Okay, we got a 30 card deck here. Some of this needs to not be here. As fun as the artillery is and how neat the animation is, it's not worth having for me right now. Pyrotechnics also not actually that useful in the current scheme of things. We can get rid of the kick now because I never use it, and we have other means of dealing with problems. Raise up our battery a little bit. Actually, no. We're about to go to a shop, aren't we? No, we're about to go to equipment rewards. Let's see what we get from these first. Garbage. Complete garbage. Maybe this one will be better. I mean, technically better? Let's see how the swarm missiles look. Because we got some good use of the armor-piercing rifle, but... Oh, it's not in... Oh, duh. Of course it wouldn't be in one of these slots. Why would it? It goes up here. You know what? I'll take losing 3 shield generation for that, because what'll happen is we use the... how do I word my thoughts here? Having less max shields means we're more likely to be able to get things like shield overflow to work. Because we only need to use like 4 cards instead of 5 in order to max out our shields. Yes, spooky tentacle men were gonna stand up again. Bang! Actually, you know, that's an idea. Just shoot them once, reload the gun. Okay, it doesn't draw it to the hand, though. That was something I was trying to understand right quick there. Bang, bang. I don't know what these needle things do yet. The Rick Beals. Well, thank you for the energy. Though, we were at battery cap, so I actually shouldn't have done that, but it does still do damage, so it's worth doing regardless. This game needs more music as well, but they did say on the roadmap that they were going to be adding more music as well. So I think this gets filed under, it's got great potential, but it needs some work before it's a guaranteed recommend.
Meep, meep.
Welcome back, ABC. You really haven't missed much. We're in Act 2 and we haven't crashed again yet, so that's the good news. Not quite where I clicked, but that'll do just as well. Get all the people out of here. Step in. Uppercut. There's just a simple satisfaction of just chucking them over my own head. Fire the MP rockets. Finish him off. Pop the batteries. Like, that's the nice thing about this phase of the game, is we start feeling powerful at this point. Because we can actually start doing damage, moving around, and actually doing more than like one thing at a time. There we go. But this is also the phase of the game where it starts to feel easier. Which is a blessing and a curse, because I don't feel threatened much at this point in the game. Aside from by the game itself, because it felt like it was breaking again there, because it didn't auto-end the mission. So I got a little concerned. Let's grab a Gatling gun because I am generating a decent amount of energy. Go ahead and grab Fire Blast. 1,000 credits or a Nephilim core. Also, everything just is blinking, which is kind of spooky. Just grab that and see if it continues to flicker. I think it was just the game screen flickering on that screen. Oh, that's the part I couldn't read. 1 energy and 3 shield. Yes, please. That's just straight up better. We do have enough to get more energy per turn. I feel like that might be excessive at this point. I think I'm better served just getting more energy. I mean, more battery, rather. Because we got another fight before the shop, so we'll be able to afford anything we want off the back of this fight. Unless things go horrifically wrong. This hand, though, this hand's not great. It's not great for making a good start to the fight. Yeah, because the Marfield starts just ripping the housing over there apart. Until we get closer, there's really not much anything we can do about him. There goes his shields. We're not gonna be able to max out our shields on that move, so we'll go ahead and just reset this hand. Put an arc meld. Guess I can't reach him with it, so just do him in. No, not the civilians. Oh no. What a shame, all of those people are dying. You can tell I care so much for the civilian population that is dying. Evacuate the rest of those. Don't really need to worry about what that Marfield's doing at this point because he's almost dead. I just need to get into a better position to reach the airfield. This is actually the perfect option because that kills him behind me and then lets me just keep moving. There's a building in my way though, which is inconvenient. Our shields have been dinged up a bit. I'll just move here, shield up, and then move around this next turn. Oh, I can't move there, huh? Well, that's annoying. Guess we gotta go around then. Slowly make our way around the city block because we don't have anything that would break it to get it out of my way. This might work out though because I'll just end up bombarding him with enough missiles that he dies. Not quite enough. There we go. We lost a few people, but meh. Not really the biggest concern, all things considered. Grab us another Fire Blast. This is the one I was talking about where I think this can straight up destroy buildings straight away because it got Smash 1, which I assume smashes whatever it's hitting. And we do have plenty of ways to make enemies weakened, so it'll work out pretty well. We just need to get in a position to use it. I am going to get rid of Beast Mode because it really doesn't seem to do a lot and it costs a lot. We'll keep the Fire Blasts since we do have Blood and Fire to set things on fire. And even if I don't set them on fire, it deals a little bit of damage, so it'll be fine. Wait, no, there's a shop coming up, you silly man. Oh wow, I can actually undo upgrades from previous areas too. Interesting. This shop really wasn't that worth it. I'll take Shield Kinetics, but other than that, this shop, well, I'll take the battery pack too, why not? Go to the other shop, see if this one's better. The LGS Glaive is a new weapon for us. Energy armor is also not bad. Extra shield per turn. And then max health instead. 3 range on a 7 damage attack, though. Not bad, not bad. I don't think I need it, though, because I would have to give up a weapon we're already using for it. And, well, then again... It's shorter range than the bolt action, but it would be reliable and be there every turn. But we kind of are fine as we are, so no, I won't bother. The shops were disappointing. Now we can freely spend our money on upgrades and it won't matter. There we go. Now we have as much battery capacity as we can physically get. Put in these. Okay. Let's go beat him up. Entity name Gadriel 2. So it's, I guess it's an upgraded Gadriel, but it didn't get labeled in there properly. Once again, it lagged and I clicked one short. Like, the lag wouldn't be an issue if I was a little slower with my inputs, but I expect it to react when I point, and it just doesn't quite do that. Thankfully, they happen to evacuate the people from close to the fighting. We'll evacuate some more of them, though, because we can. Our shields are maxed out already, so we don't need these shields ups at all. Sup? I'm gonna bite you. Nom. Then I'm gonna get more energy. And more energy. I'm gonna fire rockets. Then I'm gonna fire more rockets. Then I'm gonna bite you again. Well, that was certainly an amount of the civilian population that just exploded again. Doesn't sound familiar at all now. At least not off the top of my head. Go ahead and heal 2 health. good to know. And that is another stage done. Actually, off that description, I think I have seen that game. Because I think it was given away for free at one point. So I ended up with a copy of it, I just never did anything with it. Ooh. I can either get an artillery strike or a kinetics boost. I'd rather the kinetics boost. Is that a card? No. So I don't know how that works yet, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll just save my money. We are about to go into a boss fight, and we can get the energy back. I mean, the money back, rather. Unless I put it in health. I think health's the one thing we can't get back. So... actually, let's find out. Okay, yeah, I can take the health back, so we'll go ahead and fully heal then. And then we'll go into this boss fight. What boss do we get this time? Seed arriving. Warning. Arc. Uthra. Class 5. Type M Dark. Leviathan. Okay, it's just Big Tentacle Boy. With his 2 backup dancers. Okay. Evacuate the peoples. The kinetics boost doesn't seem to have worked. I feel like I should have drawn 3 cards there and nothing happened. So that's concerning. But I'm sure it'll make itself known later. Okay, he does hit decently hard. That's not a shock. Oh, those 2 are going to town on the general population. This hand really doesn't help this situation that much. This is a better hand for this situation. Step back 1, launch a missile at him, dodge away. Because I don't really want to go toe-to-toe with him right now because he's got 90 hit points. I'd rather the city tank a bit of his damage. And I want to get rid of his minions so that they don't tear up the whole city while I'm occupied with the boss. As much as I don't care about damage too much, I do still need to get money. At the end of the day, I still need to be paid. Oh, he can make new Marfields when he destroys buildings. I don't like that. Hi, I'm just gonna eat that.
Well, he's dead. Real shame.
Oh, wow.
He will be missed.
That uppercut threw him far. That guy sure is dead, and you know what? He's better off. This is the best position we could possibly be in right now. Boost energy and draw a card. This hand is terrible for that situation, though. This is quite literally mostly useless. It's a real shame to have all that energy and nothing to use it for. Look at this, they're just going nuts. Smash you out of my way. What do you mean, what is the command for it? I have no idea what you're on about. There we go. Now he's weakened, so we should be able to do the most damage we can. Just chew through him. ABC, please. One of these times you're gonna have to actually make sense. I think he's still... No, he isn't weakened. I don't know about that one. Why is it that this boss fight has turned into me chasing the boss around? I still don't know, so I got nothing for you. Take 50% less damage. Why is he just running away now? He's just running away and building monster buildings in front of me now. This is annoying. Just gonna push it. I don't care. Your buildings can't stop me. My own buildings don't stop me, so what makes you think your buildings are going to stop me? Everybody's evacuated now, so it straight up doesn't matter if I just bust a hole in this city. The only problem is I physically can't because I got all the wrong cards to do that with. He is so lucky. All he's doing is buying himself some time, which I assume is the point. He's probably trying to get away from me enough that my battery will run out. Joke's on him, though. I have global range. That was really kind of a sad boss fight, honestly. Considering we lost like 50 people and I lost 1 hit point, and that was because I just stood there in 8 hits. And to think, what I'd watched before to get an idea whether I wanted this, they said this game was hard, and I've just been destroying it. They must have just gotten a much worse roll than I did. Because, as we saw, there are missions that are just unwinnable depending on what order you get them in. Move up to 11 tiles, push obstacles around 1 tile, target 2 tiles, 5 damage to target. You know what? Sure. Just when in doubt, yeet self at target. I don't really want any of these, but I'll take another swarm missile in case I can fit it somewhere. Or I guess. Act 3, Utopia 1. This might be the run that goes all the way. Which would in some ways be kind of funny, actually. Because more than likely the previous run would have went all the way as well if the game hadn't died. No. I'll keep the energy generation. I wonder. Oh yeah, we straight up can just give the health back. There we go. Now we can get an extra energy per turn on top of the energy from the generators. Just let me move even more. Eventually I'm gonna need to just get more card draw just so I can do more per turn and actually make all of this energy useful. That's the holdback we have right now, is just not enough energy. I mean, not enough card draw, rather, to do stuff with the energy we have. Mind infection is fine. Yum. I will 1 tile at a time approach you. Slowly, inexorably. You cannot stop me from just approaching you and shooting you. Except since I used a shield point, I can't actually attack you yet, but that's fine. Oh, now I get the epic charge. God damn it. That would have been so good if that had shown up sooner. Fine, just reset that hand. Get that out of here. Try again. That's better. Rockets for everybody. Ow. Rude. I mean, I could deal 12 damage right now. And he is still weakened, so it should be more than 12. Because it'll deal damage equal to double energy. But I feel like I can do more than 12 with this hand, depending on what I draw from Kinetic Surge. Let's Surge first. That works. Battery pack for an extra hit. Now what we do is we add extra weak to him. We dole out both of these hits. Then we Gatling gun him. Oh, it doesn't even use up the energy. It just deals damage based on energy. Okay, wow, we just rinsed this poor fool. And he had no chance to react to any of that. He had a health bar once, and then I happened. I'm gonna need to remember, Gatling gun is better than I think it is, because it doesn't drain the energy it's using. Oh no. Oh no. They've made a mistake by giving me that level of power. Nah, give me the Mark II rockets. I'm tempted by the battery, but give me the Mark II rockets and another Mark II rockets. Because what we'll do is we'll just get rid of the regular rockets and replace them with the 2 Mark II rockets. And we just have better rockets now. What I need to do, if I really wanted this to actually be efficient, is clean out some of the garbage that's in here. Or that just doesn't do much. Like, I don't need 2 Fire Blasts. I arguably don't even need 1. And Crumble's just kind of there. So arguably I could get rid of that too, but where's the fun in having this be efficient when I could just go full meme and just whee! I'm doing things and I win somehow. Beam Knife Mark II. Wow, really? Act 3 and you're giving me this, huh? Yikes. I'm starting to think those equipment cabinets might not be worth it. Don't know where I get that idea from, but boy, does it seem like that's true. Okay, it's you 3 this time, huh? Nyum. Boost my shields. Hi. Bang. I should have shot the other way around, but it's fine. Oh no, he's going to attack me. Whatever will I do? No, my armor has been mildly inconvenienced. Sure, some people died, but meh. I haven't really been making a habit of caring about that at this point, have I? Whee! After all, the title is Destroy the City to Save the City, so I feel like this is expected. Let the Arc Psychosis take hold, just to get it out of the deck. And there's no shields to steal, so end turn. Yeah, this is a really small area of buildings, so they can just destroy these immediately, pretty much. Just do him in with the Gatling gun, then reset the hand. Absorb power to be back at full power again. Battery pack into battery pack. This is absolutely unnecessary amounts of energy for the hand that I have. Wham! But it allows me to make this slow walk over here and punch him in the face. Just for fun. I absolutely should have held on to those battery packs for a better turn later. But where's the fun in that when I can just walk over and punch somebody? There we go, evacuate most of the personnel. Fire missiles over there. Fire blast. Shield overflow for more energy. Hey, you looked better when you were on that wall. Get back over there. I'm just bullying him now. The tables have really turned at this point. Go somewhere else. That was further somewhere else than I had intended, but you know what? That's fine. Eliminate him. Max out our shields again. Like, shields seem to just be kind of stupid good in this game. It makes a lot of things stop mattering. I should have hit him with the weakening first. But that's exactly why I didn't, is because it could have discarded something useful, and it did. Just not the useful one I was worried it was going to discard first. Is I used it already. There we go. And he's dead. We lost 30 people, and I'm pretty sure I killed them. 20 people, rather. I can't do math. I'm too busy memeing to do math. I don't really want any of those, no. Full metal or another 1,000. I'll take another 1,000. I don't really need the full metal because I'm not going to use it. I will take another EMP rockets at this point, since they're guaranteed to be usable. I think I'm actually just going to save my money to get more energy per turn at this point. And I'll keep gambling. I'll keep going for these in the hopes that I get something I can use. Extra card at the start of each turn. Hello. I will actually trade the 1 energy for the extra card a turn because we have so much energy generation in the deck now. The extra card draw will be huge. And for those wondering, if we manage to beat the final fight of this game, I'm not going to be counting this on the list because the game is incomplete. If I got to the final fight of the final act in the complete version of this game, I'd absolutely count it, but this game has another act that'll be coming later on, so I'm not counting that yet. Just gonna slowly inch my way down there. You better run before I get down there, you weird amoeba. Also, you have 15 shields. I could steal those. Except I didn't draw the card to do that. Max out my shields. Explode my shields. Apparently he was out of range. That's fine. I think I measured wrong, but that's absolutely fine. This thing isn't gonna be a problem. Whee! Just 1-inch charge him. Waiting for that to finish. Bang, bang, bang. Overshield to have full health again. Ah, that's why that's supposed to be a dangerous opponent, is it can make mini-me's that are the same size as it, so really they're not so mini after all. Step back. Why can't I Gatling gun? That is actually really weird. Why is the Gatling gun not working? What? I am confusion. Well, let's just move further away then. Oh, right, it's a straight line. That's why it's not working. Okay. So I just fucked that turn up completely, but that's fine. We're not really in any danger, especially, though we are burning energy rapidly, so we should probably head to a power generator. Because I screwed up. So we'll just slow skate our way in that general direction. If they multiply more, I'll sort it out. It'll be fine. It's a pity, though, because if I had managed to line the Gatling up correctly, it probably would have killed the one right here. But, you know, mistakes get made all the time. It's not the first mistake I've made, and it won't be the last one. Well, I'll be damned. Thank you for the raid, Jay. How was your stream today? What were you up to? Since my automated shoutout doesn't tell me what you were playing. Nice. How is Instruments of Destruction anyway? Because I looked at it before and I kept thinking about it, but I never pulled the trigger on buying it. Go ahead and steal their shields, even though I can't actually use that. Steal their energy. Okay. I did enjoy Besieged, so that's about what I expected out of that. Step back to launch a missile, take a bite out of him, and one more missile, and that's the end of that. We've slightly broken this game at this point, because we've been really just chewing through everything in sight. But welcome in, everybody, to Arcseed, which you've already seen exactly what you're going to see with it, but it's a good time. Okay, so you get to experience how most of the vehicle designs work in the campaign, and then you'd probably be better off using the editor afterwards so you have some backgrounding in what you're working with. I don't want any of those. Grab another bit of energy. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of these regular shields ups at this point. I don't need them. We generate plenty of shields on our own. Actually, undo that. Which I have endless appreciation for the ability to just undo upgrades. Needs freely. Go to this shop and be promptly disappointed, and I don't know why I bothered freeing up money to go to this shop. This shop is terrible. Anyway, guess I'm getting that energy after all. And it's time for what might be the last boss of this game right now. Seed arriving. Warning. Arc. Sarkwheel. Class 3. Type 0 seed. I mean, there's definitely a few buildings getting destroyed, and that's gonna be destroying a few buildings too. That thing right there, this big guy. Well, yeah, usually you gotta wait till you're in there to go for that. Gotta be careful not to get ahead of yourself. Is there a power generator on this map? If so, where is it? Or did they send me in here without a... Hey there, Pixie. Not exactly. It's a lot more about destruction than construction, but you know, so was SimCity really at the end of the day. I really don't see a power generator on this map. That could actually be a serious issue. I'm just gonna kind of hang out here for this turn, because we're also stuck in a maze of buildings. Wow, you didn't even destroy the buildings, huh? Okay, I'm gonna have to do some of this work myself then. Building, out of my way. Just do some city remodeling myself just so I can get around. Don't mind me just playing a slide puzzle with the city right now, so I can get to my target. I assure you it's all for the greater good. That'll work. Or it won't work nearly as well as I thought it would, because these buildings are packed in so damn tight. I feel like I'm in New York right now. He really is just gonna hang out there, huh? I've also just had a realization. There's no civilian population to worry about here. So I could just kind of go nuts and it won't matter. There we go. We made contact with the enemy. I just can't make any further contact because I can't move forward yet. Oh, he's moving the city now. Uh-oh. Huh. This could be a problem. Oh, is that what they're gonna do here? Oh, no. Oh, that's dirty. I don't like that. So, for those wondering, what I just realized is I think they're actually gonna try to Tetris me here. They're gonna push the whole city in on me and make me unable to fight back. Which is just rude. I haven't yet, but I might. I'm gonna have to do some clever nonsense to dig out of this. And unfortunately, I don't have the hand for it. Okay, if they're gonna destroy some of it for me, that works too. Fire the rockets! Fire all of the rockets! Because this thing doesn't have a ton of health, it's just really hard to reach. I'm glad I'm not a melee builder, this would have been awful. So I guess I could just start punching through the buildings if I was a melee build. As it stands though, we're gonna run out of energy here soon if I can't get in range to do something about that. Okay, there's power absorption, but I can't get close enough to use it. And for some reason, it won't let me crumble these buildings, which is weird. Like, some of the rules in this game are a little strange. Is for those coming in from the raid, if I run out of battery, we can't do anything. Like, it's straight up game over at that point. There's nothing you can do. And now he spawned a bunch of walls of his own to make this more difficult. So just keep firing more missiles at him. And keep trying to push forward. I already did. They're already in the mech. Those were the first ones I took. Wait. We almost are through. Just unfortunately, I have a very defensive setup here, which is great, except for the fact that it's not doing any forward pushing. Oh yeah, those watch batteries, of course. Everything needs those little watch batteries these days, I swear. There we go. Making some headway now. I'm gonna have to back up in order to get the card draw off of that. There we go. More of the buildings are blowing up. Punching this piece of junk out of my way. Hey buddy, I'm here to bite you now because I need energy. As long as I can keep using power absorption, we'll be in this fight and we'll be fine. His power absorption is the only way I'm going to be able to keep my battery up since I can't find a battery charger in this area. So the only problem is I'm not getting a lot of it back. He does only have 30 health left, though. He's almost gone. Like, you'll notice as soon as we were able to reach him, we just started chewing through his health. Fire the Gatling gun. Armor-piercing rounds. Next turn, I think we got this. They almost cheaped me out by blocking me off. Now that doesn't count as being in range, huh? Well, I guess I gotta wait one more turn then. Quit pushing me. He counts as a flyer, I think. Yeah, so I can't melee him. So a melee build would actually be awful in this fight, because you wouldn't even be able to hit him. And that's that. That's another boss done. We unlocked the energy, the artillery strike. We unlocked Berserk mode. Yeah, there's the Titan Fist over there at level 4. But that's game. We've defeated what's available in this game. And as I said before, I'm not going to be counting that towards my completion list just for this month or this year, since there is more content coming. But with that completed, I'm going to be switching games here, so just give me one quick moment. This will not take long at all. But I will just run an ad while I'm doing that, because you're not going to miss anything anyway.